Pretty early in the morning. I got about 40 minutes left on the laundry till I get ready for work. So something told me say something real quick in regards to a lot of things um, that possibly could be surrounding my name. In regards to profits, documents, affiliations, relationships. So, unfortunately, or it could be fortunately, kind of depends on if any of these statements being made are true. So that's how I'm gonna start this out with. I'm not gonna start it out with as if I really know, but we're gonna know. So this right here has everything to do with secrets. It has everything to do with what you do to others, what you do to another person. It has everything to do with withholding information and not telling something to someone that they should know. So there better not be such a thing as anything I'm saying being true. Because if it's not, then it can be disregarded. So I think we're gonna start out first with the channel, especially with starting points dating back to 2020. There better not be a situation as someone else having administration access to someone else's channel, to someone else's information, and this person doesn't know, and some sort of document got signed on that. And this person wasn't told, that makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. So hopefully that's not going on. Because it seems like a lot of this has everything to do with not wanting someone to be on the internet. Especially when we go into things that actually happened. So like I said before, there are things that happened, and if these things were already set up to happen on a prejudgment on an individual, that's not good. Because why would that happen? And why would it be swept under the rug so fast? So if there are payments being made to hide an individual on social media, that's going to be found out because there's a reason behind that. This is absolutely just ridiculous that someone's got to get on here and actually speak about this in regards to so much leeching off someone. How could so many people speak on someone who's not even affiliating themselves with them? So like I said before, there's a lot that could be said in regards to the things that happened previously. Because it seems like there's definitely something going on in terms of trying to take so much from someone, but trying to make it seem like that's not being done. So this is why the internet, why this channel has a lot to do with that. It seems like that is something that's going on, and there's some control behind that. And if that is going on, this person needs to be told. This person did not authorize that. If there's moves with individuals in regards to someone else, and that's still continuing over years, hopefully that's not going on. Because we would need to question that. We would need to question why is that going on. Especially when it is being made out to seem that you are not even caring about this person, but why are you attaching your energy to them? There are some things I could go into detail about. The question is it smart to go into detail about it? if there are, I'm hoping that there's not such a thing as a statement, as such a thing, because it's all going to be behind jealousy. It's all going to be behind attaching and using and acting like that is not what's happening. So hopefully that's not going on. I really hope there's not such a thing as a person in a trusted position using money to try to devalue someone. That better not be true over here. That better not be happening. Because you did not tell this person why. You did not. If you were supposedly supposed to be someone's, how do I word this? Manager. Someone who's supposed to support someone. Guide them, whatever it is, within whatever it is that's going on that may have happened before. And all of a sudden you were not showing this person what's going on in any shape or form whatsoever. Let me not get off track. Because right now we're going to keep it simple. And what I mean by that is we're going to take care of things that have everything to do with what someone in a position to even speak like this in the first place. So this is going to have everything to do with relationships, affiliations. If there is such a thing, there better not be no, I'm going to get straight to it. There better not be no such thing as some pre-staged dark contract that is being put on someone. I'm being serious. That better be foolishness. That better be foolishness. That better be something that was not tried on someone. There better not be such a thing as someone even thinking that they're doing some spell work or some stupid shit like that on someone for what? Why would that even be such a thing? What are we trying to get out of this? Well, someone's been stolen from 100%. People have been stolen from 100%. I'm hoping this is not true. I'm really hoping this is not true. Nobody who betrayed me is allowed to profit off of me. 100%. If someone needs to know something, they need to tell this person now. They need to tell this person now. Stuff has been going on way too longer. And I would really just hope that there's no such thing as someone really being that infatuated with someone. I haven't emailed or contacted no content creator here on YouTube ever since 2019. Facts. There better not be such a thing as forged documents in someone else's name. There better not be such a thing as forged medical records that are not true. Because if that's true regarding this person, they need to be contacted right now. Why would someone make a statement like that? Hopefully that's not true. There better not be such a thing as attachments and affiliations with an individual that has nothing to do with supporting them, has everything to do with trying to take from them. You know, a lot of this just really has to do with just people trying to be a part of something. A lot of people weren't even a part of anything, and then end up finding out something, and then they just want to be a part of it because they see what way they can benefit from it. So if it's easy to make a narrative out of someone, then go ahead and do it easy, especially if it involves other people. So this has a lot to do with shut me up, suppression attacks to make someone not speak about it. And everyone goes through their own different way of that. Because right here, I'm not going to victimize anything. I'm not going to say anything is happening to anything. What I'm trying to say is all of that better not be true. There better not be such a thing as sending someone to someone on an alternative motive that has nothing to do with a relationship. That better not be true. So let's get something straight here too. I'm not married. That better not be a narrative. I'm not married, and I do not have I never signed no document saying I'm married. That better not be going around. That better not be going around. No. I was in a relationship and we said we were married. There's some weird stuff going on that I'm hoping is not going on. So if that is going on, someone needs to be told about that. If there's other relationships being built upon the premise of that and using that person's energy, that's not right. It's real funny seeing how people try so hard, they go in so hard on trying to hide you because they know that they're actually using you. So this is why this is need to be talked about, because it seems like this is something that has been allowed as if it's okay, as if this person doesn't care about finances or something like that, as if there's some illusion behind it. 100% something that individuals need to be told that they're not being told about. That's completely being withheld as if it's validated. It doesn't make any sense. And what really gives it away is the no responses. It says a lot. Silence says a lot. I've been pretty silent because your most vulnerable moments is when these people decide to go ahead and take on what they think is something that they can get easily over on, is what it is. So if there is a situation where someone was paid off to do something to somebody to put them in an emotional state, that's not right. And that will be exposed. All of it will be. A lot of secrets, a lot of dishonesty behind someone, involving someone, profiting off someone, and not letting this person know this person didn't get anything. If this person was supposed to get something, they did it. No criticism, no responses, nothing. Balancing acts and leveraging. Because I'm definitely in a financial situation I should not be in, that is for sure. Where someone is having to hold and access on finances that are not even theirs and distributing it around groups, affiliations, and trying to hide illusions as if this person isn't actually the authoritative one in that group. Did you know that actually? So it would be pretty stunned if I went into detail to actually tell people, no, I'm actually the authoritative one out of the fam. For real. I'm the authoritative one out of anyone who distributed or betrayed me. And if I'm wrong, well, someone better say something and tell me why. So the weird thing is, like, I don't know. I'm just not like upset. I just kind of just want what was taken back, really, for real. You know, I don't, the main thing about this too is the minute anyone goes out of their way to try to confuse you, it's almost like that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. The moment someone goes out of their way to confuse you, and then do some silence treatment thing, that's not right. You're trying to leech off someone. There's an alternative motive. You're getting some profit out of that. That is not right. All that is going to come back. You're not getting none of that. If that's what it really was, if it really was an alternative motive, if it was really an alternative motive where this person already had a pre-planned decision made out in case, right, that this wouldn't work, that's not right. And it will definitely be easier for the other person to be like, oh dang, my heart's smiling? Why is it grinning now? That better not be true. That better not be true. Because this person cared. This person did love that person if people did not know. That is a fact. And there's a lot of disadvantages and a lot of things that got put to the side in order to try to make that happen. And if this was something done on purpose to purposely make this person get sidetracked, it's not going to work. Let me stay on point, because I'm not going to be all over the place with what I'm trying to get across with this one. What I'm trying to get across with this one is that there's not going to be such a thing as someone try to come back to somebody. Or not only that, just in general, because we don't have to get specified, generalize it. You go around someone just to try to get some energy off them, and when you do, the moment you see this person in some sort of space or some sunken place or whatever, because of that, it doesn't even need to be because of that. And then you're going to use their own energy against them? No, that's not happening over here. What's going on here is that there better not be no certifications about nothing, because something happened. Something definitely happened that should not have happened involving paperwork. There better not be no paperwork with false gender, nothing. There better not be because of someone's name. There better not be no false paperwork about a death certificate that's fake. There better not be no certificate about a fake marriage that wasn't actually signed, that is fake. That involving me, no. Because he doesn't. That's probably you, because why are you thinking about that? Why would you say that? Probably because you do. More narrative tactics. That's just, more for me to see. More for us to question why. Why would you say that? Thanks for checking out the vid. Thanks for nothing, actually. You got nothing out of that. People who go there, people who are there because of things that they do to people that they should not have done. Maybe you would know. Maybe you will know. Dark contracts involving betrayal better not be happening. Organized profits off somebody's energy better not be happening. He says the outfit, all right. If it's the outfit, then all right, because you're just talking about external stuff. What I'm trying to say is that there better not be no scams going on involving someone's energy and profiting off it. That's not right. Okay, so I'll let that one slide. I just don't like it when, if you're someone who's going to come up here watching stuff, you don't like what you're watching, just keep it moving, whatever. But don't be putting things up here for a narrative, because that's what it looks like, okay? That's all I'm going to tell you, okay? Because there shouldn't be people just speaking on me, doing illusion work, doing magic work. That better not be happening. Why would someone say that, okay? I would like to chill out. I really would. To be honest with you, I think I'm being pretty chill about things that happen. There's a lot of things I haven't mentioned. I really, but if that's what you're saying. I'm willing to take constructive criticism. You say insecurities are showing and I'm overreacting. Well, how would you know I'm overreacting when I haven't gone into detail about anything? I haven't said anything has happened to me actually. What I've said is that these things better not be happening. I would hope that that would not happen. I would hope that there would be no such thing as payments being made to people to make channels to put up narratives. So that's what needs to be paid attention to, is what someone is saying, not the way they're looking. Because this has everything to do with trickling into real life scenarios. But this is real life though. So with that being said, anything involving businesses, it's separate. Anything involving businesses is separate because nothing in detail has been mentioned. Then why are you leaving that comment? If no one cares about what I'm talking about, you're still watching. So maybe if there's something that somebody needs to know, maybe you can give something a little more constructive. If there's something I need to do better with what I'm speaking about, maybe you could tell me why it's not wise. I think it's wise. That's true. No one does know what I'm actually talking about yet, though. So what I'm trying to say is that none of that better be happening. It's okay, you hopped in late. There better not be false documents about individuals made out to receive profits over organized because something happened to somebody medically. And if people are able to profit off documents that are due to somebody's medical records that aren't true, then that is a problem. Would you not agree? Those of you who are leaving these comments, would you not agree? You're right. You can't let trolls get to you. I wouldn't. Okay. Lil Z4416. I'm gonna listen. I'm not upset at anything you guys are leaving on here. For real. I'm not upset at no one. So if it does seem like I'm coming across crazy, okay, I'll take that into consideration. I'll chill out. But then again, this is the way I look. You know what I'm saying? It is the way I look. I can't do anything about the way I look. Okay. So if I look crazy, well, I'm not. Okay. So if that's the way it looks, shame on me. I am doing my laundry. I ain't got the best fit on at all. You're right. Okay. I definitely ain't got the best fit on. But I'm not here for a fashion show at all. Okay. So I'm definitely going to speak to any comments on here and not disregard any comments. So like I said before, I truly don't think I'm being crazy. I truly don't think that I'm acting like, oh, people are purposely trying to troll me and I'm going to take offense to everything. No, okay? I completely understand that there's going to be trolls. People are going to say what they're going to say. But I just got to, sometimes, and this is something I got to learn because I'm telling y'all, I don't be doing stuff like this. There's a reason I'm doing this. The minute I feel like I'm in a position where I'm like, for some reason, I feel like, well, does it feel like I'm being backed against the wall? Why does it feel like I'm a victim? No, I don't. Come on, I'm not even trying to be one. I'm just breaking down things that I have to. I have to say these things so I get clarity. This is all about getting clarity. I have to get clarity on my life. And if there's mistakes that I'm willing to say that I made in regards to being on social media with a starting point of back to 2020, you're correct. You guys don't know what I'm speaking about. What happened is someone did something not good to me. That's it. That's all. And in fact, I have videos that speak on that. And 7 years later, it's still, this person is still attaching themselves. Someone could clip it, say you're crazy, profit off it, and go viral for the wrong reasons. That's true. That happens to a lot of people. So hopefully no one does that. You're true. That's correct. Hopefully no one would do that. And, that's facts about being on social media. And to be honest with you, it's really interesting because now it's like, dang, I really don't even want to be up here like really, this is what I have to speak on. I don't want to be up here projecting negativity. I don't want to be up here speaking about this is what happened to me, this is what happened to me, and this better not this. It's just, I have to do this as a starting point. I have to be at peace with myself too. And on top of that, I got maybe 10 more minutes on this because, it's going to be a busy day today. I got work and other things to do. Okay. But, these are things that need to be clarified, especially when there's, silencing, especially when there's, situations where you put up with narcissists. That word is just flying around and now they're trying to make it seem like that's you. When last time I checked, when people get together as a group to create a narrative for someone, they're the ones, I'm pretty sure. And then the moment that this person finally needs to defend themselves, here we go with that reactive abuse term. So that's all I'm saying. These are just things that better not be happening. There better not be no such thing as individuals on some dark web exploitation. That better not be true. That better not be going on. And if it is, it will be exposed. Because why would people leave comments like this? Nothing was communicated to this person. This person did not authorize any of that. And I appreciate you stopping by, and I do appreciate your comments. I do. Okay? So you have a good day as well. You have a good day as well. Thank you. Lil Z4416. Thank you. And like I said, I'll take all of that into consideration. I actually appreciate the what do you call it? The responses or whatever. Because it's more so for my for me. Okay? So all I'm trying to say is that clearly finances is attached to this me. And anyone receiving some sort of organized profit off my energy, you're attached to this person. How? Business attachments this person doesn't know about. If that's going on, this person needs to know. Because this person was very well unaware of that. This person has not signed any contract about nothing. There better not be nothing in this person's name that other people are receiving benefits to. Because obviously what I'm saying better not be true. That's all I'm saying. Me, personally, I don't feel like there was nothing crazy about this. I feel like this is someone who just finally... I don't even want to call this putting up boundaries, putting up parameters, putting up, a shield or whatever, because I'm not about to make it look like this is that type of person I am. That's not happening either. So future relationship prevention tactics sure ain't happening over here either. Because a lot of this that a lot of you aren't understanding is that it stems from jealousy. The person who did this to me, the starting point is over jealousy. So I'm always going to go back to the starting point. This has nothing to do with anything going on right now. It has everything to do with the starting point that led someone here. And things that happened in between that was supposed to put someone in a foggy mindset, and it didn't work. And over time, people decided to string along with things. Let me repeat it again. This is one thing we know. Over time, people saw someone in a vulnerable situation because of this relationship. Everybody has a relationship. Everybody has breakups. It happens. No one's situation is more special than someone else's. What is trying to be said here is that there better not be a situation where individuals already knew alternative motives to that relationship. And if that is true, This will be brought to light. It better not have been a scam. There better not have been some sort of scam behind that relationship that I was in, because I love that person. Where someone knew what was going to happen afterwards. Or there was, other than that, or there was some alternative motive to do some prevention tactics involving energy. So someone couldn't see what was going on involving them, and not wanting to admit that they took from someone. And coming up with some spiritual validation to act like it was correct. This person was not told something. There better not be such a thing as a fraudulent medical setup involving a hospital in Louisville, Texas. That better not be true. There's something about phone marrying, and access to that better not be true. That better not be true, that there's someone who has the wrong people having access to phone marrying technology, because it really has a lot to do with technology that's going on. Better not be such a thing as disabled comments, messages, calls trying to be reached out, and they're being purposely blocked. So there's not confirmations on clarity involving this relationship that I need clarity on. So if this is what I need to say to go into detail to kind of end this, I want clarity about that. I want clarity. I want clarity on making sure that all these statements are not true. If someone is being prevented and there's prevention tactics being done on someone where this person can take accountability measurement and can even look at it in a space where I'm like, I could see where I went wrong earlier. I could see where, if this was happening, it is to protect an individual actually. But if that is not the reason, and it is the other way, and this was actually done to do harm and to make it look like it was some esoteric lawyer protection, this needs to be spoken about. Because I truly believe people got it messed up. I truly believe that there's an illusion going on to make someone look like it really ain't that. There's an illusion going on to make it look like just because this person is who they are, that they're trying to look a certain way. That's not true, actually. If I was trying to look a certain way, to be honest with you, I want to really be honest with it. I really don't have much time, to be honest. I got to get out of here. I just really just wanted to be free on YouTube, just doing my thing. But it seems like it just couldn't happen like that for me. It seems like it's something I'm willing to admit I struggled with. I wasn't consistent with it. And over time, the universe just showed it. But it seems like now it's a little easier to be on here, doing something you didn't exactly want to do. Because turns out you really are more of just a friendly person. It turns out there really is such a thing as you like to be around people. I really think that there better not be some narrative about some hermit mode. That's not true. Okay, if that's a narrative that happened because of the relationship ending. And that was used to put someone in a vulnerable situation and to put them in a cycle to where they could continually be used. That is exactly what happened. And this doesn't sound like no whistleblow, nothing to me, because it sounds like there's nothing in detail that was said right here. It sounds like there's someone who's being very clear, very precise, and very good at grammar, not crazy at all, speaking about what they're talking about. So all that can go out the window. All that, oh, you got a mental health problem, no. People try to give someone a mental health problem, and it failed. None of that. No paperwork. There better not be no paperwork saying this person has a mental health disability. No, he does not. What are you using to clarify that right now? There's nothing even in this video you can use that you can even cut and paste like what they said to use to make it look like this person's talking nonsense. There better not be no AI nonsense technology being used on individuals to create illusions. So it can be used as a setup so this person could say something and then you try to mirror it as a validation. because it has a lot to do with that too. None of this should be going on with me at all. So if there's a problem with something and someone being on the internet, and maybe I can look at it as, okay, I can see that, then please tell this individual. You need to tell this person. Because other than that, I'm looking at this as you're just leeching off someone, especially with the responses, especially with the outcomes, especially with still not seeing why people are doing what they're doing. So there's got to be some motive behind it. I'm going to have my email under, even if it does any justice. One more thing too, I'm also going to have to really go out of my way to get myself in a better financial situation, because this is the number one reason I'm on here, is for having pre-set up group effort sabotage situations, especially regarding my vehicle. And I'm not even speaking about, I'm talking all the way dating 2021. This ain't no cry wolf, this ain't no poor me victim nothing, because if it was, you would see a person crying every single day, begging every single day. This person, what do I mean now for real? This person is trying to work. This person is trying to get his own finances, especially with knowing who I am. I am not someone who likes to ask people for money. So I do have a situation and a problem when it comes to asking for help. And that is something I need to get better at, because someone needs help. I need help. And not in that mental way you guys think. I mean in a way where I need to know why my energy is being used, profited, and I'm not knowing or receiving anything about that business that's profiting off it, with individuals who used to be affiliated with me and want to be squeaky as a mouse and not talk about what's going on. You detach, you don't want to speak to this person. You want to do fake checkup meetings. That's a fake checkup. Any effort with someone in the past where they're profiting off you and it's a fake checkup, it could be anything. And this is why I need to speak on this too, because it has everything to do with spiritually allowing things. Spiritually allowing things to happen to you. This is why those of you who left these comments, I completely understand where you're coming from. Majority of it, hopefully, I know a lot of you left need to understand now. There's a lot more I could say, but I really got a dip right now. You know, so I really kind of hope I got across what I did. You know, there is no such thing as coming around someone, you don't even like them, and you're trying to affiliate themselves with you for an alternative motive. One more last time, there better not be such a thing as a pre-orchestrated relationship that where this person knew that they were going to be with someone, so they already knew it. So I'm hoping that's not true. If it's not, then we're cool, everything's fine. But if not, that's not good, because this person's coming from a space where, well, obviously that's just who I am, especially when it comes to relationships. It's like, dang, it's like, I could have did better. Duh, me. It was me. But if that is the starting point, that statement, where I'm trying to say that is not true, then that's not good. Because that means that people are receiving benefits off an energy signature that is not theirs. That's another thing that needs to be said too before I get on out of here. Quit trying to be someone you're not. Quit trying to do some fake destiny swap shit. That's not going to work. Stop that. And if it's already happened, it's going to be really awkward when that's going to be reversed. Because no, not at all. You can get out of someone's energy. That's what this has to do with. You can get out of that jealousy energy. You can get out of that trying to hide someone's energy and trying to make some sort of narrative for them. Hopefully this is something that I can delete later and I can have the answer to